Imagine being asked to step inside a haunted teenager's mind, into a remote village where whispers from the walls might just be real, and your past might be the door that lets them in. That's how the chilling ride begins in Something in the Walls by Daisy Pearce. From the first moment, you're pulled into suffocating heat, unsettled minds, and a fear that the worst thing lurking in the shadows might be inside you. Newly qualified child psychologist Mina Ellis lives under the weight of her brother's death, an upcoming marriage to the rigid researcher Oscar, and the fact that she's never truly felt qualified for the job she has. She meets journalist Sam Hunter in a bereavement group, both of them holding losses in their bones. When Sam invites her to investigate 13-year-old Alice Weber in the crammed, superstitious village of Banatho, it seems like Mina's chance to pry herself out from mundanity. Alice claims a witch lives behind the house of her house. Mina thinks it's trauma or mental illness. The villagers believe something far older. As the investigation deepens, the village of Banatho becomes its own living entity. Dark, crowded, sweltering under a 1989 heat wave, and steeped in fear of what's unseen. Alice's symptoms spiral, vomiting hair, tapping at walls, evoking a presence ancient and hungry. Mina's clinical lens begins to crack, her own grief creeping in, her trust in reason fading. The walls of that house don't just contain bricks. They buckle with history, secrets, and a power that insists on being heard. And then comes the twist. What seemed like simple possession or hysteria morphs into something far more intimate and horrifying. Mina's brother's death, the village's buried legacy of witch trials, the idea that trauma incarnates itself in places and bodies, all collide. The horror isn't just what's in the walls, it's what the walls awaken in us. By the end, nothing is safe. Not faith, not science, not the rational world. And the question lingers. What if the real evil was inside all along? If you crave a spine-tingling listen that blends folk horror, haunted house dread, and psychological unraveling, this audiobook edition of Something in the Walls is your next fix. And here's the kicker. It's free to listen right now on Audible. Just click the link in the description and plug in your headphones. Trust me, once you enter Banatho, you'll want to stay until the very last whisper in the walls.